Every case starts the same way. Somebody wants something somebody else has. That's it. That's the whole story of money, just dressed up in a few thousand years of costume changes. Tonight's case, the biggest con in human history, and the strange part, everybody's in on it. 10,000 years ago. No cash registers, no wallets, just people and what they could carry. You want my fish, I want your grain. Easy, right? Except he doesn't want fish. He wants shoes, and the guy with shoes wants blankets, and nobody in this whole rain-soaked town wants what you're selling today. So people started agreeing on a middleman, something everybody wanted, or at least everybody trusted. Salt in Rome, that's where soldiers got salary. Cattle so central to value that our word capital comes from capita, heads of cattle. Shells worked for a while too. Portable-ish, countable-ish, durable-ish. Every version had a hole in it. Every version, someone found the crack. Lydia, around 600 BC. Somebody presses a king's face into a lump of metal and says, "This is worth something, because I say so." First real currency. First real trust exercise. Gold, silver, good alibi. Rare enough to matter, soft enough to shape, doesn't rot in your pocket. For 2,000 years, this was the story. Metal was the muscle, but muscle's heavy. Try carrying a chest of gold across a mountain pass and tell me trust doesn't have a weight limit. China, Tang Dynasty. Merchants get tired of hauling coins, so they start writing "I owe us" instead. Flying money, they called it, because it could blow away in the wind if you weren't careful. Which, funny enough, turned out to be foreshadowing. Europe catches on later. Goldsmiths start handing out receipts for gold sitting in their vaults. Turns out, people trade the receipts instead of ever touching the gold again, which raises an uncomfortable question. If nobody's checking the vault, how much paper can you print before somebody notices there's no gold left to back it? Every government eventually asked itself that question. Most of them didn't like the honest answer. 1971. The United States cuts the last thread. The dollar stops being a receipt for gold at all. It's just money, because the government says it's money, and everyone agrees to keep playing. That's fiat currency, Latin for "let it be done." No gold, no cattle, no shells, just a shared hallucination, backed by armies and tax collectors instead of vaults. And here's the twist. Detectives' honest truth. It's worked better than almost anything before it, right up until people stop believing the story. Skip to 2008. Trust in banks is in the gutter, and somewhere, someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, nobody's ever confirmed who that is, real case still open, publishes 9 pages proposing something new. Money with no vault, no government, no goldsmith, just math and a ledger everyone can see, copied across thousands of computers. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, same old question money's always asked: who do you trust? Except now the answer isn't a king or a bank. It's code and a crowd of strangers checking each other's work. So here's the verdict on this case. Money was never really about gold or paper or code. It's about a story everybody agrees to believe on the same day, at the same time. Shells worked till they didn't. Gold worked till it got heavy. Paper worked till it got printed into nothing. And whatever's next, it'll work, right up until the story stops making sense.